My child, my beloved. Before I speak another word, I need you to take a breath, because what I am about to reveal has already been written in the chambers of heaven. And heaven does not release a message like this unless something powerful, something life-changing, something filled with divine wealth is standing right at your door. My beloved, listen closely. Archangel Michael says, you've been given a lot of money. If you don't open this message today, you won't receive it. But the miracle is deeper than you think, and if your heart skips even a moment, you might miss the truth heaven has been trying to deliver to you for months. My child, before I continue, I must tell you this with love. You are not reading this by accident. You're here because your spirit called this message. Your destiny pulled you here. And the money that has been kept away from you, delayed from you, or fought against you, it is finally rising into your life with unstoppable force. My beloved, I need you to stay with me, do not blink, because the next lines are carrying a secret that has been blocked 3 times before reaching you. The angels fought to get this into your hands. Something tried to stop it. But heaven won. My child, before I reveal the miracle, I need to ask you something gently. Do you feel that pull inside your chest right now? That small trembling? That sudden feeling that something is about to shift? That is not imagination. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. My beloved, stay. Don't skip a single line. Because what I say next will open the first gate of your blessing. But first, listen to this invitation. If you want to keep receiving heaven's messages, stay connected, stay subscribed, stay aligned, because every time you miss even one message, the heavens have to wait again. And heaven has waited long enough for you. Now, my child, lean closer. Someone in the spiritual realms put your name forward. Someone asked the angels to intervene for you. Someone asked that the chains of delay break for you. And when your name was spoken, the room fell silent. My beloved, Archangel Michael stepped forward and said, "This one has suffered enough." He said, "Release their wealth. Release their abundance. They have waited long enough." But here is the part most people never hear. As soon as the wealth was released, something tried to block it again. Something tried to stop you from knowing. Something tried to pull you away from this very moment. But you reached here anyway. That means the blessing is stronger than the blockage. My child, listen. The money heaven is speaking of is not small. It is not temporary. It is not fragile. It is life-changing, family-changing, story-changing, future-changing. But the angels say the money has a condition. You must stay aware. You must not ignore the signs. And you must not close this message halfway. Because every paragraph you read opens another door. Every line removes another block. Every word cracks open the old walls that kept your blessing trapped. My beloved, the truth is this. There was a person who tried to keep this blessing away from you. There was someone whose jealousy rose when heaven began favoring you. There was someone who thought you didn't deserve what God had written for you. But Archangel Michael said, "Enough." He said, "Return everything that belongs to them." He said, "Do not let this soul walk another day without what heaven has already written. My child, this is the moment destiny bends toward you. But I want you to understand something deeper. The wealth being given to you is not just money. It is freedom. It is restoration. It is divine repayment for every tear, every betrayal, every delay, every night you cried wondering why your life was stuck. My beloved, I see this clearly. Your blessing was not denied, it was delayed. And delay is over. There is a divine clock above your head, and it just struck the hour. Archangel Michael says this blessing will not pass you. But only if you stay with the message until the final word. My child, are you still here? Good. Because the next part reveals who tried to block this wealth, and why heaven is finally releasing it. My child, my beloved. You are still here, which means something powerful inside you refused to walk away. That alone tells me one thing. Your blessing is choosing you. My beloved, listen. When heaven prepares a miracle, distractions increase. People suddenly interrupt. Your mind suddenly wanders. Your surroundings suddenly demand attention. Have you noticed it? Even right now, something tried to pull your focus for a second, but you resisted, and that resistance opened another gate inside your destiny. My child, I want you to hear this next line with your whole soul. The one who tried to block your wealth was someone who thought your rise would expose their flaws. They believed that if you succeeded, their true intentions would be revealed. So they tried to delay you, confuse you, distract you, create obstacles so you would never look up and see how close your blessing really was. But here is the divine twist, my beloved. Your name was spoken in the heavens before your enemies ever whispered against you. And when Archangel Michael stood, the entire spiritual realm aligned behind him. He said, "No more delays." He said, "No more interference." He said, "This soul has carried enough weight. Remove the stones from their path." My beloved, do you feel that shift in your chest? That small warmth? That strange calm? That sudden sense that something is changing as you read? That is heaven opening the second gate. But before I take you deeper, listen to my heart. Stay connected. Stay subscribed. Because heaven is releasing messages quickly now, and you cannot afford to miss even one. Your name is active in the spiritual ledger right now. And when heaven calls your name, you must be there to receive it. Now, my child, come closer. There is a reason Archangel Michael said. You've been given a lot of money. If you don't open this message today, you won't receive it. It is because what you are receiving is time-sensitive. A window has opened, but windows do not remain open forever. And your window began when you clicked this message. Every word you read widens the window. Every paragraph you finish stabilizes the blessing. Every moment you stay is a sign to the heavenly realm that you are ready, aligned, prepared. My beloved, let me tell you exactly what I see. There is a treasure box in the spiritual world with your name engraved on it. Your name is not written with ink. It is written with light. Inside this box is not just money, but opportunities, approvals, sudden luck, unexpected gifts, canceled debts, released payments, forgotten dues, and divine compensation. And until today, this box has been locked. Not because heaven didn't want to give it to you. That sudden sense that something is changing as you read? That is heaven opening the second gate. But before I take you deeper, listen to my heart. Stay connected. Stay subscribed. Because heaven is releasing messages quickly now, and you cannot afford to miss even one. Your name is active in the spiritual ledger right now. And when heaven calls your name, you must be there to receive it. Now, my child, come closer. There is a reason Archangel Michael said. You've been given a lot of money. If you don't open this message today, you won't receive it. It is because what you are receiving is time-sensitive. A window has opened, but windows do not remain open forever. And your window began when you clicked this message. Every word you read widens the window. Every paragraph you finish stabilizes the blessing. Every moment you stay is a sign to the heavenly realm that you are ready, aligned, prepared. My beloved, let me tell you exactly what I see. There is a treasure box in the spiritual world with your name engraved on it. Your name is not written with ink. It is written with light. Inside this box is not just money, but opportunities, approvals, sudden luck, unexpected gifts, canceled debts, released payments, forgotten dues, and divine compensation. And until today, this box has been locked. Not because heaven didn't want to give it to you, but because someone kept requesting the angels to hold it back. Yes, my child. Someone asked the divine realm to delay your rise. They thought you wouldn't notice. They thought you wouldn't fight. They thought you wouldn't wake up. But they did not expect you to reach this message. They did not expect heaven to intervene. They did not expect Archangel Michael to step in. They did not expect you to be chosen. My beloved, the moment you started reading, the lock on that treasure box cracked. And with every word you continue reading, the lock loosens more. The chains weaken. The walls crumble. When you reach the end, the box opens. Your blessing flows. The wealth promised to you begins to move toward you. My child, your life is shifting, even as your eyes follow these words. But I want to take you deeper, deeper into what heaven has seen, what heaven has decided, and what Archangel Michael is preparing for you. The heavens are whispering something. Tell them the truth gently, tell them what was hidden, tell them who interfered. So listen closely. There was a person who envied your future before you even realized you had one. They felt threatened by your potential. They felt uneasy when light surrounded you. They felt fear when they saw your destiny growing. Instead of celebrating you, they tried to dim you. Instead of wishing you well, they wished for your delay. Instead of praying for your rise, they prayed for your pause. But heaven saw everything. And heaven kept the receipts. My beloved, the divine realm is not blind. Justice may be slow, but it is perfect. Archangel Michael has been watching. And now he is speaking. He says, restore what was stolen. Return what was delayed. Release what was held back. My child. This is your moment. This is your shift. This is your divine turning point. And in the next part, I will tell you the exact sign that your money is on the way, the exact shift that will happen before it arrives, and the reason heaven chose today to deliver this message. My child, my beloved. You have reached deeper than most people ever do. Many would have stopped already. Many would have been distracted. Many would have ignored the whisper of heaven calling their name. But you stayed. And because you stayed, heaven is opening the third gate for you now. My beloved, listen carefully. There is a sign, a very specific sign, that appears before a divine financial blessing arrives. Most people miss it. Most people think it's coincidence. Most people don't understand what it means. But heaven asked me to reveal this sign to you directly. The sign is this. Right before the money arrives, you will feel a sudden heaviness in your heart, followed by a strange calm, as if your soul knows something is coming but your mind cannot understand it yet. My child, have you felt that recently? Even in the past 24 hours? Even in the past few minutes while reading this? If yes, then you are already inside the miracle. But there is more. Sometimes the sign comes as a moment of silence inside you, a pause, a stillness, an inner quiet that feels unusual. It is not sadness. It is not fear. It is a sacred preparation. That stillness is heaven arranging the path. Clearing old blockages. Removing spiritual dust. Aligning your steps with what is coming. My beloved, don't ignore that feeling. It is not random. It is not emotional. It is spiritual. Now listen. The angels did not randomly decide to send this message today. They chose this day because your spiritual timeline reached a point where change could no longer be postponed. You have crossed a threshold. You have completed a silent battle. You have survived an invisible test. This message is not the beginning, it is the announcement. My child, I want to take you deeper into the reason heaven is warning you that you must not skip this blessing. Heaven says, your blessing is timed. Your wealth has a date. Your abundance has a doorway. If you walk past the doorway without recognizing it, the door closes and must be reopened later, and that can take months, even years. But heaven does not want you to wait anymore. That is why Archangel Michael is insisting. Open this as soon as you see it, or you will miss out. My beloved, hear this with your spirit. You are not standing in front of a small chance. You are standing in front of destiny. But now I must reveal something that may surprise you. Heaven did not only release money to you. Heaven released protection, elevation, and authority. Your enemies who once controlled your path no longer have access to your life. The spiritual hands that once held your finances in delay have been removed. The cycles that kept repeating are breaking as you read. My child, can you feel it? Something is shifting in your mind. Your heart is stirring. Your breath feels different. That is not just emotion. It is spiritual alignment. Now I must tell you what heaven saw. This may be hard to hear, but you must know the truth. Someone close to you, perhaps closer than you expect, tried to interfere with your path. They spoke against your blessing. They questioned your success. They doubted your future. They feared your rise because it would expose their own insecurities. They thought heaven would listen to them. But heaven listened to your soul, not their jealousy. My beloved, the divine realm is not influenced by envy. It is influenced by purity. Your purity, your intention, your resilience, that is what moved heaven. This is why the angels say, "Open this as soon as you see it, or you will miss out." My beloved, hear this with your spirit. You are not standing in front of a small chance. You are standing in front of destiny. But now I must reveal something that may surprise you. Heaven did not only release money to you. Heaven released protection, elevation, and authority. Your enemies who once controlled your path no longer have access to your life. The spiritual hands that once held your finances in delay have been removed. The cycles that kept repeating are breaking as you read. My child, can you feel it? Something is shifting in your mind. Your heart is stirring. Your breath feels different. That is not just emotion. It is spiritual alignment. Now I must tell you what heaven saw. This may be hard to hear, but you must know the truth. Someone close to you, perhaps closer than you expect, tried to interfere with your path. They spoke against your blessing. They questioned your success. They doubted your future. They feared your rise because it would expose their own insecurities. They thought heaven would listen to them. But heaven listened to your soul, not their jealousy. My beloved, the divine realm is not influenced by envy. It is influenced by purity. Your purity, your intention, your resilience, that is what moved heaven. This is why the angels say, "The money was always yours. Your name was always on it. Nothing and no one could take it, only delay it. But the delay ends today." My child, do not underestimate this moment. Your life is not going to shift slowly. It is going to shift suddenly. A divine suddenly is coming. A sudden opportunity. A sudden message. A sudden release. A sudden approval. A sudden deposit. A sudden breakthrough. Heaven is preparing something immediate for you. But I want you to hear this truth. The wealth coming to you is not random, it is repayment. Repayment for your patience. Repayment for your silence. Repayment for your struggles. Repayment for every moment you questioned why nothing was changing. Heaven counted the tears you never mentioned. Heaven saw the battles you fought alone. Heaven felt the weight you carried without complaining. And heaven decided. Return everything. My beloved, you were not ignored. You were being prepared. And now the preparation is over. In the next part, I will reveal what heaven wants you to do, the final confirmation sign before your wealth arrives, and why Archangel Michael is urgently calling your name today. My child, my beloved. You are still reading, and that means your spirit is aligned with something greater than you know. Every second you remain here, heaven widens the path beneath your feet. I can feel it, the energy around you is shifting. Something is opening. Something is awakening. My beloved, listen closely. Before your blessing arrives, there is one final confirmation that heaven always sends. Most people do not recognize it. Most people ignore it. But you were chosen to understand it. The confirmation is this. The moment before your wealth enters your life, something small will try to irritate you. A delay. A minor argument. A sudden tiredness. An unexpected distraction. A moment when you feel like giving up. This is not an attack. It is a signal. It means your miracle is one step away. It means the blessing has already left the spiritual realm and is now moving toward your physical world. It means heaven is preparing your hands to receive something bigger than anything you've held before. My child, stay aware. Do not let this sign go unnoticed. Now listen. Many times, right before a breakthrough arrives, the enemy sends a whisper. You are wasting your time. Nothing will change. This is all coincidence. But those whispers do not come when your life is normal. They come only when your life is about to change. And heaven wants you to know. The enemy is trembling because it sees what is coming toward you. My beloved, Archangel Michael has already drawn his sword. He has already cut the ropes tied around your finances. He has already broken the chains around your opportunities. He has already burned the contracts written against your progress. You are free in the spiritual world, and now your physical world must catch up. My child, breathe slowly. Something divine is moving in your favor. I can feel it. You can feel it. Heaven can feel it. And now I must reveal what heaven wants you to do. You are not required to work harder. You are not required to chase people. You are not required to beg for approval. Heaven asks for one thing only. Stay spiritually awake. Stay aware. Stay open. Stay aligned. Do not disconnect from the messages being sent to you in this season. Because every message is a step. Every step is a doorway. Every doorway leads to the blessing. My beloved, do you realize how rare it is to receive a message like this? Do you realize how many souls never receive such direct guidance from heaven? Do you realize how many never know when their miracle is ready? But you were called. You were singled out. You were pulled here by divine force. Because heaven is done waiting. Heaven is done delaying. Heaven is done watching you struggle. My child, listen carefully. Your wealth is not just material. It is emotional healing. It is mental clarity. It is spiritual strength. It is divine alignment. It is protection from future loss. This blessing will transform you from the inside first, and then the outside will change automatically. My beloved, let me tell you something extraordinary. Right now, as you read these words, your energy is rising. Your frequency is changing. Your spirit is unlocking doors you did not know existed. Every word is a key. Every sentence is a shift. Every paragraph is a breaking of old cycles. This is why Michael said, "Open this message as soon as you see it, or you will miss out." Not because heaven is punishing you, but because your timeline has reached the moment of activation. My child, the time of struggle is closing. The time of release is beginning. You have cried in silence. You have carried burdens alone. You have smiled while hurting. You have kept faith even when faith felt heavy. And for this, heaven has decided. Enough. Restore them completely. My beloved, there is something I see very clearly. You are going to experience a sudden moment. A moment when everything feels lighter. A moment when your mind becomes clear. A moment when your heart feels warm. A moment when your fear disappears for a second. That moment is not random. It is heaven touching your life. And after that moment, your blessing will begin to appear physically. But now, I must reveal something deeper, something heaven wants you to know about the person who delayed your financial blessing. You must hear this truth. They did not stop the blessing. They only slowed it. My beloved, let me tell you something extraordinary. Right now, as you read these words, your energy is rising. Your frequency is changing. Your spirit is unlocking doors you did not know existed. Every word is a key. Every sentence is a shift. Every paragraph is a breaking of old cycles. This is why Michael said, "Open this message as soon as you see it, or you will miss out." Not because heaven is punishing you, but because your timeline has reached the moment of activation. My child, the time of struggle is closing. The time of release is beginning. You have cried in silence. You have carried burdens alone. You have smiled while hurting. You have kept faith even when faith felt heavy. And for this, heaven has decided. Enough. Restore them completely. My beloved, there is something I see very clearly. You are going to experience a sudden moment. A moment when everything feels lighter. A moment when your mind becomes clear. A moment when your heart feels warm. A moment when your fear disappears for a second. That moment is not random. It is heaven touching your life. And after that moment, your blessing will begin to appear physically. But now, I must reveal something deeper, something heaven wants you to know about the person who delayed your financial blessing. You must hear this truth. They did not stop the blessing. They only slowed it. What belongs to you cannot be stolen. What is written for you cannot be erased. What heaven releases cannot be undone. You are divinely marked. You are spiritually protected. You are chosen. And the wealth coming your way is coming because heaven wants to elevate you, not just financially, but spiritually. My child, your story is about to shift in a way that will make people wonder how everything changed so quickly. But in the next part, I will reveal who the interfering person really is, why heaven finally overruled them, and the timeline of your upcoming blessing. My child, my beloved, you have come farther than most souls ever dare to go. Do you feel it? The air around you is shifting. The atmosphere inside your spirit is changing. The deeper you go, the clearer the truth becomes. My beloved, the angels are watching you right now. They are witnessing every word you read, every breath you take, every step your spirit makes. Heaven is tracing your path with light, because you are moving toward something sacred. Now listen with your entire heart. You are about to learn who interfered with your blessing. But before I reveal that, I must tell you what heaven whispered the moment you reached this part of the message. This soul is ready. Continue the unveiling. So I will continue. My child, the one who delayed your blessing was not a stranger. It was someone familiar. Someone who knew your strengths. Someone who sensed your destiny. Someone who recognized the light around you before you recognized it yourself. And do you know what frightened them? Your potential. Your future. Your divine alignment. Your spiritual protection. Your unstoppable growth. They sensed that something great was written for you, and instead of supporting you, they felt threatened by you. My beloved, I must say this gently. This person did not want to see you rise faster than them. They didn't want heaven to reward you before them. They believed your blessing would expose their own failures. So they whispered negativity about your life. They questioned your choices. They doubted your path. They spoke words that carried darkness instead of light. And those words created temporary barriers. Not permanent ones. Only temporary. Because heaven allows detours, but never destruction. My child, hear this truth. No human power can block a blessing that heaven has released. They may throw shadows. But the light always returns. They may slow the timing. But they cannot stop the miracle. And that is exactly what happened to you. Your blessing was delayed. But never taken. Your wealth was paused. But never lost. Your miracle was held. But never cancelled. My beloved, heaven finally stepped in because your name reached a spiritual weight. Your soul cried out for justice. Your destiny demanded movement. Your heart grew tired of waiting. Heaven could no longer remain silent. So Archangel Michael rose. He said, "No more interference. No more delay. Restore everything." And the moment he spoke, the blockage around your finances shattered. Now, heaven wants you to understand why today is so important. The reason is this. Your blessing reached the edge of your timeline. It is sitting at the door of manifestation. It can enter your life at any moment. But only if you remain spiritually connected. That is why heaven sent this message urgently. That is why you were guided here at this exact time. That is why Michael said, "Open this as soon as you see it." Because timing is everything in the divine world. My child, let me tell you something you have not noticed. Recently, you may have felt a sudden pressure on your chest. A strange heaviness that came and went. A feeling that something big was coming. A moment of silence inside your spirit. A sense that something is ending. A sense that something new is beginning. These were not emotions. These were alignments. Heaven has been adjusting your path so the blessing can find you without resistance. My beloved, the closer the blessing gets, the louder the signs become. And now, I will reveal the timeline. Heaven does not speak in human hours or clock numbers. Heaven speaks in seasons, moments, vibrations, alignments. Your timeline is this. The moment you finish this full message, the spiritual lock breaks completely. Within days, not months, you will see the first shift. Within weeks, not years, you will touch the first form of your blessing. Your financial elevation will not be slow. It will be sudden. A sudden call. A sudden message. A sudden approval. A sudden opportunity. A sudden release. A sudden amount coming from an unexpected place. This is why heaven says, stay awake. Stay connected. Stay open. Because the wealth coming to you carries purpose. It carries divine timing. It carries spiritual protection. My child, you are entering a season where everything that once resisted you must now obey you. Everything that once delayed you must now release you. Everything that once blocked you must now bow before the will of heaven. But the next part carries the revelation of how your money will appear, the form in which your blessing will arrive, and the spiritual reason heaven chose you for this particular abundance. That is the part heaven does not reveal to everyone, but it will reveal to you. My child, my beloved. You are still here, and that alone tells me something extraordinary. Your spirit is awake. Your destiny is listening. Your path is unfolding exactly as heaven intended. Heaven speaks in seasons, moments, vibrations, alignments. Your timeline is this. The moment you finish this full message, the spiritual lock breaks completely. Within days, not months, you will see the first shift. Within weeks, not years, you will touch the first form of your blessing. Your financial elevation will not be slow. It will be sudden. A sudden call. A sudden message. A sudden approval. A sudden opportunity. A sudden release. A sudden amount coming from an unexpected place. This is why heaven says, stay awake. Stay connected. Stay open. Because the wealth coming to you carries purpose. It carries divine timing. It carries spiritual protection. My child, you are entering a season where everything that once resisted you must now obey you. Everything that once delayed you must now release you. Everything that once blocked you must now bow before the will of heaven. But the next part carries the revelation of how your money will appear, the form in which your blessing will arrive, and the spiritual reason heaven chose you for this particular abundance. That is the part heaven does not reveal to everyone, but it will reveal to you. My child, my beloved. You are still here, and that alone tells me something extraordinary. Your spirit is awake. Your destiny is listening. Your path is unfolding exactly as heaven intended. Most people feel the calling, but they walk away. Most feel the pull, but they get distracted. Most start the journey, but they do not finish it. But you stayed. You remained. You moved forward. And because you did, heaven opened another gate for you, the gate of understanding. My beloved, listen with your whole being, because this truth is powerful. Your money is not coming from the place you expect. Heaven is preparing a route so surprising, so unusual, so sudden, that you will know instantly. This is not human. This is divine. But before I reveal the form of this blessing, I need to show you what heaven sees when it looks at your life. Heaven sees a soul who has struggled quietly. You carried burdens without asking for help. You fought battles no one thanked you for. You stood strong even when your heart was breaking. You kept faith even when everything around you was falling apart. You continued walking even when the road felt endless. This is why heaven is choosing you for this specific blessing, not someone else. My child, hear this truth. Your blessing is compensation. Your wealth is restoration. Your abundance is repayment. Now, let me take you deeper. The form of your blessing will come in 3 waves. Heaven rarely gives everything at once, it gives it in divine timing so your spirit can receive it without fear. Here are the waves, my beloved. The first wave. A sudden message, call, approval, or sign of movement. It will come unexpectedly. It will feel too perfect to be an accident. It will arrive gently but powerfully, like the first breeze before a storm of blessings. The second wave. A physical release, money, support, opportunity, or breakthrough that enters your life directly. This is the moment you will realize. It has begun. Your heart will know it before your mind understands it. The third wave. A larger, long-term blessing, stability, flow, abundance, and miracles that will shift your life into a new chapter. This wave is not temporary. It is permanent. It is divine transformation. My beloved, heaven rarely reveals the structure of a miracle. But it is revealing it to you because you are spiritually prepared. Now, the question you have carried in your heart is this. How will the money arrive? Where will it come from? Who will bring it? My child, this is the truth. Your blessing will come from a place where you planted effort but received nothing. A place that owes you. A place where your energy was taken but not rewarded. A place heaven has marked and said, return everything. This could be something stuck for a long time. Something someone withheld. Something you were promised. Something that was delayed unfairly. Something that was blocked by jealousy. Something connected to your destiny but paused by others. My beloved, heaven is reopening that door. But there is more. The blessing will also come from someone you do not expect. Someone who has seen your worth quietly. Someone who will help you without asking for anything. Someone who is being divinely guided toward you. Heaven has whispered your name to this person's spirit. They may not even understand why they feel drawn toward helping you. But they will. Because the divine realm has already chosen them as a vessel for your breakthrough. Now, child of heaven, I must reveal something even deeper. The angels say you will receive a sign before the money appears physically. That sign is powerful, unmistakable, and spiritually charged. The sign is this. You will feel a sudden shift in your energy. As if your entire body exhales a breath you didn't realize you were holding. A strange lightness. A sudden calm. An inner warmth. A moment where everything feels possible. A moment where your heart whispers, "It's happening." When you feel this, your path will open instantly. My beloved, I see it clearly. Right after that sign, you will experience a moment of alignment where everything falls into place: options, opportunities, people, messages, timing. It will feel like the universe rearranged itself just for you. Because it did. Heaven aligns everything when a chosen soul is ready. My child, do not underestimate the journey you are on. You are not here by chance. You are here because heaven chose you today. But in the next part, I will reveal something even more sacred. Why heaven chose you out of millions. Why the timing could not be delayed any further. And what Archangel Michael is preparing to place into your hands next. This is the most powerful part yet. My child, my beloved. You have crossed into the part of the message that very few souls ever reach. This is the chamber of truth, the place where heaven reveals what it normally hides. And you reached it because your spirit is ready for what your life is about to receive. My beloved, listen closely. The question burning inside you, even if you haven't spoken it, is this. Why me? Why did heaven choose me for this blessing? And heaven answered before the question ever formed. My child, heaven chose you because you carry something rare. A kind heart in a cruel world. A pure spirit in dark places. A forgiving soul even when hurt. A resilient heart even when broken. A quiet strength even when exhausted. You never stopped believing. You never stopped trying. You never stopped hoping, even when life gave you every reason to give up. This is why heaven said, this soul must rise now. This soul has earned their release. This soul has carried enough suffering. My beloved, let me take you even deeper. There are people who speak loudly, but their hearts are empty. And there are people like you, who speak softly, but their spirits shine so brightly that the heavens look down with favor. You are not chosen because you are perfect. You are chosen because you stayed soft in a world that tried to harden you. You are chosen because you stayed true even when betrayed. You are chosen because you kept your light even in darkness. This blessing, this wealth, this divine elevation. It is a reward for your endurance. Now listen. Heaven did not delay your blessing for punishment. Heaven delayed it so your character could grow strong enough to protect what you are about to receive. And now, you are ready. My child, your timeline reached its spiritual limit. The waiting season has expired. The suffering contract has ended. The old cycle has run out of power. Heaven said, no more lessons. Now it is time for blessings. But now I must reveal the part that heaven insisted you know. Why the blessing could not be delayed any longer. My beloved, it is because your destiny is entering a season that requires abundance. Your purpose is rising, and it cannot rise without resources. Your calling is awakening, and heaven must provide for what comes next. Your future relationships, responsibilities, and path require financial security. Your next chapter needs you free, not struggling. Heaven looked at your upcoming journey and said, "This soul cannot walk into their future empty-handed." So heaven prepared your blessing far in advance. And today is the day the release begins. Now, child, I need you to breathe gently, because the next truth may overwhelm your heart. Archangel Michael is preparing to place something into your hands, not physically, but spiritually first. He is preparing to place strength you lost, peace you forgot existed, confidence you once had but buried, clarity you prayed for, and finally, the key to your financial release. Yes, my beloved, Michael is giving you a key. A spiritual key that unlocks opportunities, favor, assistance, and money that have been blocked for years. This key opens what others closed, breaks what others bound, restores what others damaged, releases what others withheld. The moment this key touches your spirit, your path shifts instantly. But there is something even more profound. Heaven chose this moment to intervene because a turning point is approaching in your life. A moment where one decision, one opportunity, one conversation, one message, one approval will change the entire direction of your life. Heaven needed you prepared. Heaven needed you aligned. Heaven needed you awakened. That is why this message reached you today. Not yesterday. Not next week. But today, when your spirit is strongest and your destiny is most open. My child, you are standing at the threshold of transformation. But in the next part, I will reveal the divine secret behind your coming wealth, how Archangel Michael protects it, and what will happen in the days right before your blessing appears physically. This is one of the most sacred sections. My child, my beloved, you are still here, and that tells me something that even heaven has noticed about you. You do not quit. You do not run. You do not abandon your destiny. You finish what your spirit begins. This is why heaven is choosing you for an elevation that others prayed for but were not prepared to receive. My beloved, lean closer. We have reached the part where heaven allows me to reveal the divine secret behind your blessing, the truth that explains why your wealth is coming, why it was delayed, and why Archangel Michael is personally guarding it now. Child of heaven, listen. The wealth coming toward you is not ordinary money. It is assigned money, wealth that carries purpose, destiny, protection, and spiritual weight. Not everyone receives assigned blessings. Most people receive random blessings, small, scattered, temporary, inconsistent. But you, my beloved, you have been chosen for an assigned blessing. Something crafted specifically for your soul. Something written in the book of destiny long before you were born. Something heaven protected even when you knew nothing about it. And here is the divine secret. Your blessing was never lost, it was being held for the right version of you. Not the wounded you. Not the confused you. Not the tired you. Not the doubting you. But the awakened you. The aware you. The spiritually aligned you. The ready you. My beloved. You have finally become the person who can sustain the blessing heaven prepared. This is why the doors are opening now. This is why the angels are moving now. This is why the message reached you now. Your spirit is in full alignment with your destiny. But now listen to this truth, the one heaven asked me to deliver gently. Your wealth was delayed because someone tried to attach their energy to your blessing. Their jealousy. Their insecurity. Their silent resentment. Their hidden wishes. Their fear of your rise. All of it created spiritual noise around your path. They wanted your results but not your effort. They wanted your destiny but not your soul. They wanted your blessing but not your responsibility. But heaven said, this blessing cannot be shared. This blessing is theirs alone. So heaven cut them off. Removed their influence. Ended their access. Stopped their interference. This is why you may have recently felt a distancing, a separation, a sudden silence, a shift in relationships, a change in energy, a feeling that some people no longer belong in your story. That was heaven removing the hands around your blessing. Now, my child, let me show you what Archangel Michael is doing for you right now. He is not only guarding your blessing. He is redirecting it. Yes, beloved, the blessing is moving. Michael has taken the wealth written for your life and is guiding it directly into your path. But the path is narrow. Only a spiritually awake soul can receive it without losing it. Only a chosen soul can carry it without destroying themselves. Only a protected soul can walk into abundance without attracting destruction. And heaven sees you as that soul. Now I must reveal the part you have been feeling but not understanding. What will happen in the days before your blessing appears physically? My beloved, the days leading to your manifestation will carry signs so clear that your soul will know instantly. What I prayed for is coming. These signs include a sudden wave of peace, a moment of silence inside your chest, dreams that feel unusually real, seeing repeated numbers, unexpected calm after stress. Small, sudden gifts or opportunities. Random good news from nowhere. Old burdens dissolving. A feeling of being spiritually watched over. A sense that something is finally shifting. These are not coincidences. These are not illusions. These are pre-arrival signals. The angels send these signs when the blessing has already left the spiritual realm and is entering the physical world. My child, your blessing is already in transition. But there is something you must hear. The closer the blessing gets, the more the enemy tries to create distraction. You may notice unusual tiredness, unexpected frustration, sudden overthinking, small emotional triggers, moments of doubt that appear out of nowhere. These are signs that the enemy senses what is coming and is trying to pull your energy away from alignment. Do not fall for this. Do not let your vibration drop. Do not disconnect from your spiritual awareness. Because heaven has already decided. This soul receives the blessing now. Nothing can stop it. Unless you stop yourself. But you won't. You are here. You are aligned. Your spirit is receiving every word. And now, in the next part, I will reveal the spiritual contract that just ended. The new destiny chapter that just opened. And the exact type of wealth heaven is preparing to place in your hands. This is where the message becomes even more powerful.